My name is Bob Brandhorst. I moved into the neighborhood in 1970. Since then, have been involved in a number of things, beginning with organizing with the residents to stop the demolition of the neighborhood. Well, Soulard is got its name from the Soulard family, and it ran all the way to the river, to 14th Street, to Choteau, to approximately where Guyer Avenue is, where we're sitting today. There was a huge wave of immigration, and St. Louis was the hallmark of that. Different waves of immigrants would come up the river and literally step off the boat on the riverfront, and then within sound distance they would find a bar or a restaurant or something where they would be speaking their native language. One could literally wander around Europe on the streets of Soulard, particularly on Sunday afternoons. You could go to polka dance and have roasted lamb at the Croatian church, and then finish off the day with goulash at the Slovak church, with many a good beer in between.
My name is Joyce Sonn, and I moved into the neighborhood in 1968. I worked for youth education and health in Soulard, and was a volunteer, and now am a full-time volunteer for youth education and health in Soulard, and also a member of the Soulard Neighborhood Improvement Association. One of the first projects we had was a free summer youth employment program. With all the young people in the neighborhood, they needed jobs, they needed training, they needed education, and that's how we got started with youth employment, which evolved finally into our youth build program. Youth employment and youth education had always been one of our major goals. The whole idea was to save the neighborhoods by rebuilding the buildings and teaching the youth the skills to rebuild their own neighborhoods, as well as helping them get an education. The students would spend alternate 1 week on the work site, learning construction skills and rehabilitation skills, and then the other week they would concentrate on their education. So it was like providing the social skills and the employment skills and job readiness skills for the young people so they could get a job after they got their high school diploma and go to college.
Most of Soulard is what's known as vernacular architecture. There's a little bit of each ethnicity in the blocks where they were built. The Bohemians from Czechoslovakia were more florid in their bricks. They had floral patterns, and the Germans were more economical or penny pinching and very simple. The city had planned to demolish the neighborhood, it turned out, and one day, the floor of our apartment building was shaking because a bulldozer was driving down the street, pulled up 1 block north in front of Mrs. John Golubovich's bar, put a chain on the concrete, on the cast iron column of the building there. And Mrs. John was very upset because we were her customers and her friends. And it turned out the demolition contractor was a man by the name of Dmitry Kabaz. He came with the police to tear down the building and told his subcontractor to yank the column and tear the building down, even though we were on the roof. And Joyce, meanwhile, was trying to rescue us. She basically went inside with a rolling pin, came out and chased Mr. Kabaz off her step. Mrs. John chased the demolition contractor and said, "There will never be peace at any Christmas, at any birth, at anything in your life if you don't leave my babies alone." And Soulard, the first round in the battle to save Soulard was won by Mrs. John Golubovich.